Hello and welcome to Solo Playhouse. Today I'm playing a new game that I got from UK Games Expo by Salt and Pepper Games, and it is called Onoda. And this is a game where we're trying to get through 6 rounds to survive. We may not survive through the 6 rounds and earn as many points as possible. It is a completely solo game, and let me read through the objective of the game for you. Here it is. Right, so I'm just going to move that. So the objective of the game. Onoda recreates the experiences of soldier Hiru Onoda during his 30 years as a guerrilla fighter on Lubang Island. During 6 rounds of variable duration, you have to obtain a number of resources represented by rice that will allow you to finish that round without suffering penalties. In each round, you will also undertake a mission, earning honor points for it. During your adventures, you will experience some of the events that the real-life Onoda had during his stay in Lubang. If you manage to overcome the 6 rounds without going insane due to paranoia or dying due to ill health, it will be time to see if you will be recognized a hero or fade into oblivion. Onoda will get different results depending on the amount of honor you have accumulated solving missions, keeping your companions alive, or your squad in good shape. So that's the objective. The way that this works is we have tracks at the top, and we have health, we have paranoia and honor tracks, and this honor track simply is to score points at the end. And then also we have Onoda, who is in his home region of Kiampu on the island, and there are 7 other regions, I think, or 6. And then every round this will move along, and at the end of the 6th round, if we get there, we will count how much we've got. We start off with certain items in our backpack. We have binoculars, a disguise, stuff to heal us, a gun, some sort of army outfit, and a radio. We don't have the radio, I should say. That is marked down as not having it. We can get that through cards and such. We also have 2 companions with us who need feeding. So along with ourselves and our 2 companions, we need 6 food by the end of this round. The rounds are variable length because you decide when the round ends, and that's when you get back to Kiampu and call the end of the round. So without further ado, I think I will start and show you how the game plays. So the round structure is the same every time. And first off, we draw a mission card. So we draw the top mission card. These have all been shuffled. And let's look at the mission. So this mission is lock, steal food in lock, and make a map of the village. And this is what we have to do. So we have to do an alarm check, which I will show you what an alarm check is. And we have to deactivate one of our companions, which is not good because when a companion deactivates, they need more food. They need 3 food. We can get them reactivated as well, but yeah, if we get a success, we get 1 honor, we get 1 food token, and we activate. So we can get them reactivated. But if we fail, we lose 1 life, and we gain 1 alarm token, which I will talk to you about in lock, and we deactivate another companion, so that could be bad. So we'll keep this face up, and to show where the this is, we put that mission token in lock, so we know where we're supposed to go. We don't have to do missions, but obviously we get some rewards and we get points. So if we get to the end of the game, that's good. So how do the actions? We have 4 different actions. We can move, And when we move into a different region, and we put an alarm token in the region we have moved into, and that's because we're causing people to be alerted to our presence. We can also raid, and we can raid in any region, and when we do that, we're raiding for food, and I'll show you how that goes. But we will always draw an event card at the end of a raid, and we will always put an alarm token down at the end of a raid. We can also repair, and you can see there are 5 tokens out here with these items on them, and one that is just null. So we can go to one of these regions, and if one of our items has been used, we can do the repair action to repair that item, that specific item. We can also accomplish a mission. So we will go to lock for this mission and do a test and see if we accomplish it. So that's the 4 actions that we can do. And then when we get back, if we get back to Kiampu, we can call the end of the round. But at the end of the round, we need to have enough food for everyone. Otherwise, we will lose life. 1 life for each food that we haven't got. So, where should I go? I don't need to activate. The radio is not one of those tokens that can only be activated through event cards. So I need food, and I don't want to go to lock yet. I mean, I could attempt to finish the mission, but I think I'll try and get some food. So I'm going to move to 500. When we move, we always put an alarm token in that region. So in 500, I am going to do a raid. So with a raid, we have this bag of tokens, and these tokens are 0 to 6. There are more tokens in the middle, so I think there are 2 3s and 2 4s, something like that. Anyway, there are plenty of tokens in here. And what we're going to do, we are going to do an alarm check. So the way we do this is draw a token, and if we draw a token that is above the number of alarm that is in the region, we pass the test. So I will draw one of these tokens out, and it's a 4, so we put it in this little plate. So we have passed that test, which means that we get to draw another token, and this token will have rice on it. And so we've got this one here, so you can see this token has 3 rice on it. So we will put that in our camp area. So now we have 3 rice. We are halfway there to getting food. After raids, repairs, and mission accomplishments, we draw an event card. We always draw an event card after those actions. So let me show you the top event card. So this is a round event card. This is called Taudo and Chai. And so this will stay for the whole of this round now, unless we can get rid of it. Every time you fail any check or test, you do a paranoia test, which I will explain. And if it's a success, there's no effect. If we fail, we get +1 paranoia. And we can use a card to... Oh, if we discard this card, rather, we can discard it and we get 1 paranoia. So we will put this round event card over here. So this will be in play for the whole of this round now. So we've drawn the event card, and then we put an alarm token in that region after we've taken that test. So you can see that we're going from region to region, and really we don't want to get too many alarm tokens in each region. If we get 6 alarm tokens, that moves up the paranoia level. I'm pretty sure. Just make sure that's correct. When alarm level in a region reaches 6, paranoia goes up by 1. Level 6 is the maximum possible. If you have to place an alarm token in a region that is already 6, you gain 1 paranoia point instead. Yeah. And once paranoia crosses over with health, every time we do that, we have to do a paranoia test, and if we fail, we lose the game. Okay, so we've done everything we need to do. At the end of that action, this token goes back in the bag. So now it's probably a good idea if I move. So I'm going to go to Tillich. When I move into a new region, alarm token. And I'm going to do another raid in Tillich. So Tillich region has an alarm of 1. So I draw another token. And this is 3, so it's higher. So we will get some more food. We have raided for food successfully. And I got 2 food. So now we have 5 and we need 6 at the moment. So we will draw another event card. And this this is our, sorry, I've forgotten the name. A reserve event. And this is good for us. So this reserve event is Waraji. So we can discard this card to repeat 1 test or discard a round card. So we could discard this card or activate the jacket or the other item, which I've forgotten the name of at the moment. So we get to keep this reserve card. This reserve card, we can have as many reserve cards as we have companions plus 1. So we can have 3 at the moment. So we will keep that for now. And I don't think we will discard this card because we have to fail a test and then we have to fail a paranoia test. And at the moment, our paranoia level is 0. So that would only be a problem if we drew the 0. I'm going to put another alert token in Tillich. Camouflage. I think that's camouflage, isn't it? And this token goes back in the bag. Now, when we're drawing these food tokens from raiding, these obviously are normal tokens from the bag. So you can see here, we've taken out a 6 and a 4. So we're making it a little bit harder for ourselves when we do tests. But we do only need 1 more food. I'm going to move on to lock. And so we put an alarm token in there. And then I think I am going to do the mission test. So with the mission test, we have to do an alarm check and deactivate 1 of our companions. So we will do an alarm check, and it's only alarm level 1. There is a 0 and a 1 in here. So we could fail this. And we got 2. So we haven't failed, we've succeeded. We need to deactivate 1 of our companions. So I will deactivate him. So that means we do need more food now, but because it was a success, we move up on the honor track. So we go to 1 on honor, and we get 1 food, which is good. Because this was stealing food in lock and make a map of the village. So we get 1 more food, and we get to activate 1 of our companions, so we can reactivate him. So we have now got 6 food. So this mission was a success. So we've completed that mission. So I'll turn it over. And then we draw an event card. We do this after every one of the raid, repair, or accomplish mission actions. and we have an immediate event. So truck with speakers. Deactivate your gun and +1 food, or do an alarm check, and success we get +1 food, failure we get +1 paranoia. I think I know that I've got a 0 and a 1 in our bag at the moment, so I don't think I will do an alarm check. I'm going to deactivate the gun, and we get +1 food, which is good because extra food gives us extra things, which I will show you. So we've got 1 more food. So this one is an immediate one, so it's done. That goes out of play into the discard pile. This goes back into the bag. And then we put an alarm token in the area of lock. So that's the end of that turn. So now we've got a deactivated gun and we have a deactivated radio still. Now in lock we have the gun symbol. So I could do a repair action. Or I could move back to Kiampu and just stop there. I think because the gun is so close, I would quite like to make it back to Kiampu. So I'm going to move back. So 1 alarm token goes in Kiampu. And I'm going to call the end of the round there. So when we get to the end of the round, we go through a set of things. We reduce the alarm level in each region. So all these regions will lose 1 alarm token. Then we check the amount of resources we have gained. We need 2 plus 2 for each companion. So we need 6 and we have 7. So for each extra resource we have, we can reduce the alarm level of 1 region by 1. So we've had a mission in lock. So I'm going to leave that mission, that alarm token there. And I'm going to move it from 500. That's the extra one, the 7. And then we return all the resources to the bag. All this food has been used up. And we advance the round marker by 1. You can see on these round markers actually, the first 3 have hearts and the second 3 have paranoia. And basically if we fail a mission, then we will lose health in the first 2 rounds and we'll lose paranoia. We'll gain paranoia in the second set of 3 rounds. So this round card now is done because that was the end of that round. So we still keep our reserve card. And we start the round over again. So we draw the next mission. And this mission is farmers attack the house of a farming family. So in Lubang, we have to do an alarm check and we have to deactivate our gun. So we need to reactivate our gun. So we'll get 1 honor, 1 health, and 1 food if we do that. If we don't fail that mission. Okay, so I think the best time to try and reactivate the gun is now. So I'm going to move to lock. And we put an alarm token in there. So I'm going to do my repair action. So we draw a token from the bag. And we have drawn a 0. So the alarm level was 2. So we have failed that mission. So we don't pass, we don't reactivate our gun, but we do lose 1 life. So we've lost 1 life and we still do the event. So we draw an event card and it is a round event. So this is Kazuka injured. To move, you must overcome an alarm check. Failure, don't move, no change to health or paranoia. Add 1 alarm to the region you're in. Or we can discard this by giving ourselves 1 paranoia or deactivating our medical kit. Or we can use Waraji to discard that card. We could actually have also used Waraji to redo that test, which I didn't think about. So at the end of that round, so we're going to put a new alarm token here. This goes back in the bag. Yeah, we're kind of like in trouble now. Now, we don't have to do this mission. We can... Oh, I need to put that token in Lubang. We can just skip it and try and get food. I am going to do another test here. And then I will use Waraji to repeat it if I have to. So I'm going to do another repair test. So we draw a token. And it's 0 again. So I'm going to use Waraji to draw another token. Ooh, please let me pass. And no, we got a 1. So we have failed again. So we lose another life. And we draw another event card. And this is an immediate one, Blues and Tango. Deactivate your radio. We can't because it's not activated. Or do a paranoia test. So with a paranoia test, we look at where our paranoia level is, which is at 0, and we do a test. So we draw a token. So we've passed that. That is a level 5. With a success, that is -1 paranoia, which doesn't matter because we're at 0 anyway. So all these will go back, but we will also put another alert token there. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I don't want to do another test because I would have to draw a 5 or a 6 unless I got another event card. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to try and get food. Go to Banakas. Put an alert token, and I will do a raid here. So I draw another token. And I've drawn a 4, so we've passed that test. So we'll get some food. And we got 1. And we look at an event card. So this is this is one of our events. So this is batteries. Repeat 1 test or activate the radio and gain 1 food. That's quite good. We can't discard this test with it, but that's pretty good. Then we put 1 alarm token in that region and return that. Activating the radio would be pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to move to Lubang. And I'm not going to do, I can't do the farmer's mission. So I'm going to do a raid. And we got a 3 and the alert level is at 1. So we do get more food. What should we draw? And we got 3 food. We do the 6 there. So we put another alert token in Lubang. And this token goes back into the bag. So we're up to 4 food. And I've been doing this wrong because I should have been doing tests first. So I will do that from now. So I'm going to move to 500. But to move to 500, I have to do Kazuka injured. So I have to do a test. And we have failed that test. So we don't move, but we put an alarm token in the region. Then we draw. No, we don't draw because we're just moving. Wow, this is difficult, this one. It's never been this tricky. Okay, so I want to move again. So I'm going to try again. We're at 3 now, and we draw a 1, so we fail. But I'm going to repeat that test. This is really tricky. Okay, we drew a 5. So I'm going to move to 500. And we put an alarm token in there. And then I'm going to do a raid in the 500. So alert level is 1. And we drew a 2. So we succeed at that, so we get more food. And we got another 3, so we're up to 7, so that's good. So we draw an event. It's an immediate event. And this is Akatsu's note. So we do an alarm check. If it's a success, we get 1 food. And if it's failure, we will have a look at that. So we've drawn a 3, so it is a success. So we get 1 more food. And that is 2 food. Okay, then we put an alarm token there. So now I want to move back home to Kiampu. So we have to do another alarm check. So let's draw a token. And we drawn 3, thank goodness. So we get to move back to Kiampu. We put an alarm token there. And this goes back in the bag. And I'm going to end the round there. Even though I haven't finished the mission, there's no way I can finish that mission right now. So, again, we go through the end of round. So we reduce alarm level by 1 in each region. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This round card goes away, which thank goodness for that. Then we check the food. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 food, which is good. So we have 3 excess, so we can remove 3 tokens. So I'll definitely remove 1 from Lock. I'll remove 1 from Lubang. And let's do 500. That's the extra 3. So we've removed quite a lot. So all these tokens go back. And we move on to round 3. So What's interesting about this, I'm not sure. I don't think it says anywhere. Because there is only one mission marker, I'm presuming you only do one mission. I actually hadn't come across that before. So there's a new mission, and this is the roof, steel building materials. So this is in Argo, and we have to do an alarm check and deactivate one of our companions. In Argo. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That's interesting. I haven't had that before. Missions are the main source of victory points in the game. If you manage to perform as many missions as possible, it is very likely that Onoda will end up being remembered as a hero. If you do not pull many, you will consider one more. You can check the score. At the beginning of the round, draw the first mission card from the mission deck and place it on top of the previous mission card. Yes, so we only get one chance to do these missions, one round. Okay. Okay, so Argo. Sure. I think I'd really like to activate my gun, but I think I'm going to go to Tillich. And then in Tillich, I am going to do a raid. So the alert level is 1. And we got 4. So we've managed to do a raid, so we will get food. And we got 3 food. So we draw an event. And this event is fight. So it's an immediate effect. Deactivate a companion. Then do a paranoia check. So paranoia is at 0. So we'll draw a token. And we got 2. So success, we activate the companion. There we go. So these tokens go back. And then I think we're halfway there, but we don't really want to. I think we'll move into lock. And so the alert is 3 there again. So I'm not going to do anything there. I'm going to move. What did I draw? 5, yeah, no. I'm going to move into Argo. And I'm going to do the mission. So we do an alarm check. And we got 6. And then we have to deactivate one of our companions. So we've accomplished this. So we get 1 honor. And we get food at the start of the next round. +1 at the start of the next round. Okay. So I'm just going to put this here. So we've completed that mission. I'm going to put this here to try and remind me. So we did that. That was a success. We draw a new card, and this is a round card. So this is every time you lose health, you have to deactivate a companion if there are any available. Okay. And then we put an alarm token in the area. So I think I'm going to move out of Argo. I wonder if I should do another raid. I now need 7 food and I've got 3. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and do another raid in Argo. So I've drawn 1, so I failed that. So we lose 1 health. We're still losing health. We will draw another event card. And this is another round. At the end of the turn, for each food you have over the minimum, lose 1 health. Wow, okay. So, yeah, that's stopping us from going well over the target. We put another alert in Argo. Okay, I'm just moving. So I'm going to move into Lock. Lock now has 4 alert in it. So I think I don't want to go back to home yet because I only have 3 health and I need 3 food and I need 7. So I'm going to go into Binakas. And I'm going to do a raid. So alert level is 2 and we drew a 3. So we do get more food. And we drew 1. Okay, so we draw an event. And this is an immediate event. So this is Woodcutters. +1 alert at Kiampu and 500. Then do an alarm check. Success, -1 wherever hero is. Failure, +1 wherever hero is. Okay, so we're doing alarm check. The alert level is 2. And we drew a 2, so that is a failure. So we put 1 alarm in Binakas. And then we're putting another one. That was bad. Okay. These tokens go back. Oh dear. So I think I still need 7. I'm going to move to Lubang and do a raid. So alert level is 2 in Lubang. Ooh. And we got 4, so that's a success. So we could do drawing a 3 really. Oh, we got another 1. Okay, we draw an event. Oh, sorry, I was not showing you the full. And this is another round event. To move, you must overcome a paranoia test. Failure, don't move. No change to health or paranoia. Add 1 to the region you're in. Oh, goodness me. Okay, I've got a lot of round cards now. So we failed that. And we're putting another alert in Lubang. So now, if I want to move, I have to do a paranoia test. That's not too bad because paranoia is at 0 at the moment. So I'm going to try and move. So to move, I've got to do a paranoia test. We got 3, so I'm allowed to move. So we're moving to Tillich and put a raid token there. So this will go back into the bag. And then I'm going to search, I'm going to do a raid in Tillich. There's a lot of alarm tokens out on this map. So I'll do a raid in Tillich, so it has to be 3 or more. And it's a 2, so I failed. Okay, so I fail and I lose life. Now, both these cards come into play. Every time you lose, you have to deactivate a companion if they're available. So I have to deactivate my other companion. At the end of each turn for each food you have over the minimum -1, that's fine. Okay, so I'm at 5 food and now I need 8. So I think I'm going to move to 500, but we have to do a paranoia test. So we just don't want to draw the 0. So we drew 4. So we move to 500 and put an alert token there. So now I'm going to do a raid in 500. So I need 3 or more. Oh, come on. Oh, drew 2 again. So we fail again. So we go down to 5. Every time you lose, I can't deactivate anyone else. Okay, we draw an event. Oh, it's another round event. Okay, this is for every successful raid, +1 food or activate a companion. Okay, that's a good one. So then we put another alert token in 500. This is bad. This is bad, man. Okay, so I'm going to try and move here. So I have to do a paranoia test again. Oh, I'm going to shake these up. I keep drawing that too. So we drew 6. So we've passed that test. So we get to move to Kiampu. And then I'm going to do a raid again. If I get too much, the problem with surrender at Fujita is for every successful raid, I get +1 food token, or I can activate someone. That's good. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to do a raid. So alert level is at 2. We got a 3, so we passed that. So we do get food. So that is a successful raid. So I'm going to draw my bonus. So now I have 6. And I need 8. So I'm going to draw another food with surrender at Fujita. Oh, I got 3. Okay, so that's the end of my turn. I put another alert token in there. And I draw another event. Okay, this is a reserve. So we can repeat one test or get +1 health and -1 paranoia. Okay, I'm going to keep that. At the end of the turn, for each food you have over the minimum, -1 health. So we have to lose another health. Or do we? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we're 1 over. Okay. So I'm calling the end of the round. That was a stressful round. So we reduce the alarm level by 1 in each region. Not that that makes much difference. And then we are 1 over. So we've got 3 here, 3 here. I'm going to take it out of lock because I know that gun is deactivated. And then all these round cards are discarded. And we still have our reserve card. And then all these tokens go back in the bag. And then we move on to the next round. And this is, I get 1 food token at the start of the next round. So we got 1. That was a 2. Okay. So we are at the start of round 4. From now on, if we fail missions, we gain paranoia. And then certain things happen if paranoia gets higher than health. And we're down to 4 health. I could use Toshio to get 1 health and lose 1 paranoia, but I think I'll wait to see if paranoia does go up and then use it if I've still got it. So it's the start of round 4. And round 4, we have this event in 500. It's radar. Sabotage the construction of the radar facility. So we do an alarm check and deactivate our gun. So we actually need our gun again. Okay. So I need 7 food. And I really need to try and reactivate the gun. When I move here, this alert level is going to go up to 3. But I think it's worth trying it now while we don't have lots like event cards, round cards. And I can always use Toshio to repeat that test. Although I really like to keep Toshio. So I'm going to move to lock. And move up to 3 alert. And then I'm going to do a repair test in lock to try and repair the gun. And I got 5. So we've succeeded. So the gun gets repaired. Then we draw an event. So this is an immediate event, and this is Death of Kazuka. Discard Kazuka's token and get 1 paranoia. From now on, if cards 27 and 14 show up, they are discarded without effect. So Kazuka is this companion here. So he goes out of the game. So now we don't need as much food, but we can only have 1 + 1 of our reserve cards rather than 2 + 1. Paranoia goes up. And if we get 27-14, they are discarded without effect. So I'll just put that off to the side just in case to remind me. Then we put an alert token there. So we've got our gun back, which is good. And now I think I'm going to use Toshio. Shall I keep it just for this round? Just so I could maybe repeat a test. I think I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to move to Tillich. So alert goes up to 2, and I'm going to do a raid in Tillich. So it's at alert level 2, and we got a 3. So we get some more food. We got 2 food. So now we just need 1 more food. So we're going to get an event, and this is an immediate event. This is gas. Deactivate the clothes or do a paranoia check. Success, activate. We don't need to do that. Yeah, we don't need to do a paranoia test. We have to deactivate the clothes. I don't know what they are really. Fearing poison gas attacks, they improvise masks. So we're losing our clothes to stop the gas. Yep, so then an alert token goes in Tillich. Okay, so I'm going to go to the 500. Can fit in there. And I'm going to do a test. And we're doing the mission. So we have to get 4, 5, or 6. And we got 3. So I'm going to use Toshio, discard it, to repeat the test. So we don't put that token back in. We just draw another token. We got 0. Oh, okay. So we fail that test, that mission. And when we do, we get 1 paranoia and -1 health. And I've just lost that card. We also draw an event. This is a round event. Every time you move, we have to do a test. Success, no additional effect. Failure, we lose 1 life or lose 1 food. Okay. And an alert token goes there as well. Gosh. So that test is a failure. And as you can see up here, things are not going well. So with paranoia tests, we can spend health to improve the number by 1, which is fine because we haven't lost 1 yet. But if the paranoia token goes above the health token, we have to perform a paranoia test. And if we fail that test, Onoda basically goes crazy and we lose. So we could use health to improve the paranoia test result, but then if we get to 0 health, we're dead as well. So yeah. Okay. These will go back in the bag. So it's looking a little dodgy for me, I've got to say, because I've only got 3 food. I need 4, 5. I have to do a test to move. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Because wherever I move, I've got to get back to Kiampu. I tell you what, I'm going to go to Kiampu. And I'm going to do a test. So we put 1 alert, and then I'm going to do a raid in Kiampu. So we do an alarm check, and it has to be 4 or 5 again. I don't have any way of redoing this test. Oh, 0. Okay, so when we lose a test now, we gain paranoia. So paranoia is the same as health. So next time if we gain paranoia or lose health, we will have to do a paranoia test. Okay, so we lost that. So we draw an event card. This is a reserve event card. So we can repeat 1 test or move Hiru to any region. Okay. I think Well, we need to put an alert token here. I think we're going to call the end of the round. And I'm going to lose 1 life, which means I will have to do a paranoia check. So, end of the round. Reduce the alarm level by 1 in each region. For each resource you lack, lose 1 health point. This may trigger a paranoia test if health drops below paranoia. Yes. So we have 3. Oh. So we actually drop 2. And it does say, if at any time the health level moves to a box that is below the level of paranoia, or the level of paranoia moves to a box in the indicator that is above the level of health, you must perform a paranoia test. So yeah, so I think I have to do two tests. So paranoia is at 3. So I have to do a test for that. And we drew a 3, so I failed that, but I can move it up. I can increase this by 1, but I have to move health down 1 again. I think this is right. So I'm going to move it down. So I succeed in that test, but I have to lose another health. So I have died. Yeah, that is really interesting because I played this a couple of times and I actually hadn't got this far through the game, but it had gone a lot more smoothly than this one had. And I feel like that last round, round 3, when I had lots of round things that were just not helping, that made it really tough. But yes, this has it feels like a difficult game, and it feels like witchcraft in a kind of way that the level of difficulty, like you're always just fighting to try and keep going. I really want to play it again. I feel like with a game like this, there should be a sort of a level of, you feel like you could win. And here I'm 2 rounds away from the end. I think with a game like this, I would prefer to maybe feel like I can get a bit closer to the end. But that might just be because I had, drew cards. There's a lot of randomness in this game. The randomness of drawing tokens from a bag that you can't really manipulate, because even if you're drawing out food, you have no way of manipulating what food is coming out. In a way, I think maybe it would be quite cool to like draw 2 and like pick one of them, maybe. So you could have some sort of agency over the numbers that are in the bag, but you don't have any agency over this bag at all. If you luckily take out the 0 token, which is a 1 food, so that's not great. But if you take out the 0, that's helpful because you're taking out the low numbers. But if you take out the 6, you're kind of making it more difficult for yourself, which I guess is why the 6 is a 3 food. But yeah, I think there's a lot of luck in this game, and I'm not sure how much of a skill game it is. There is some skill in sort of deciding where you're going to go and how long you're going to risk, sort of the risk reward sort of thing. But for example, I went and got the gun repaired, went over there and just failed the test. Just pulled out a bad token from the bag. So getting the gun repaired is kind of pointless. But it's interesting. I like this. So I had Conservus from Salt and Pepper Games as well, and I just didn't vibe with that, weirdly, which is funny because it's a bag builder, and I generally have light bag builders. I like Witchcraft more, and I feel like this is more in that sort of area of Witchcraft, but I think maybe I at the moment would like Witchcraft more than this. That has some interesting sort of mechanics in it. And although there is a lot of randomness in that as well, selecting the witches that you put out and how you play them, whether they're hidden or revealed, I think you have more options in that. And this feels like you're sort of relying on drawing good cards, drawing good tokens from your bag. But it's definitely an interesting game. And as always with Salt and Pepper Games, they do good productions. Always love their sort of tokens and boards and artwork. So yeah, there we go. That is Onoda. Definitely something I'd want to play again and try again. But maybe not quite as high as Witchcraft for me. But above Conservus. I think actually the other game I played from them, Escape from the Moon, although I don't know how much replayability is in that game, I think I like that even better than this at the moment. But anyway, just opinions after playing it a few times. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please check out my Patreon and support me if you can. Please like this video and give it a comment. That would really help. And I will see you next time. Bye.